Seems like a little while since we've played a block puzzle game, doesn't it? There were so many at the start of the Game Boy's life that by 2 and a bit years in, it seemed like developers were pushing the envelope more and trying different genres. Still, it's not always a bad thing to stay safe to a tried and tested formula now and then. Megalit sounds like the title of a Snoop Dogg song about, well, the thing that all his songs are about, but in fact it comes from the word megalith, a large stone used to build a structure or monument, such as Stonehenge or the portal tombs of rural Ireland. A witch has desires of power. She wants to rule the whole world by using magical jewels. She has abducted all the princesses, elves and fairies who have magic jewels from their castles, and has cast a megalit spell on them. Our hero comes to the rescue, but quickly finds himself cast under the spell too, and is petrified. Not figuratively, literally turned to stone. In order to save the captive creatures and to break his own spell, he needs to solve Megalit's puzzle. There are 6 rounds of puzzles, each split into 5 screens. You play the hero who, while in the cutscene was a human, is now a Kirby-shaped boulder. In fact, you look a lot like the character in Flipple. There is a stack of big blocks, megaliths I suppose, arranged in various ways on top of each other. The idea is to get all of the blocks onto the bottom level of the screen. They can only drop 1 tile at a time, otherwise they'll smash, and you automatically lose the level. You can push or pull blocks by pressing B next to them to select and move left or right. It doesn't matter if it's underneath others, you can still move them regardless of the weight. The riding ones don't get dragged with you, but will drop down once they have nothing underneath. Basic physical laws such as gravity and friction don't apply here, but we can put that down to magic. Why do I always try to justify these things in a make-believe universe? Your character can jump 3 spaces and can step on the blocks as much as you need to, but beware, if you push something that has another block on top, it'll crush you, so make sure you pull it out instead. You get a password every 5 levels, so every round. This is a simple 4-digit password, but then there are no lives and no score to keep track of. You can have as many goes as you need to for each puzzle, and can freely restart a screen by pressing select. The music is pretty much what we've come to expect by this point. It's cute and jolly, but more variation would have made it more palatable. I know it's not a paramount concern in puzzle games, but still, it would be nice. The art style is unadventurous, but standard and operable. It does what it has to, no more, no less. That's fine though. It's more important to be able to judge things properly, as there's a lot of strategy and forward planning needed in this game. You can't just go pushing and pulling stuff around without due consideration for what's going to fall. Remember that things can only fall 1 space, and you can only manipulate them if there's something for you to stand on next to. If you run out of platform yourself, you'll fall off and will need to create a new one to use. You can line things up with half a tile of space sticking out, which you frequently need to do to pull off some of the more subtle tactics. Don't worry about it falling off. If there's the tiniest bit of a platform, the blocks above will be supported, even if it's just at one end. The game comes in 2 difficulty modes, Easy and Quest. Quest is essentially the same levels, but now you have a limited number of lives, and levels are timed. I didn't really bother with the harder difficulty. Once I'd beaten the first mode, I felt like I'd got everything out of Megalit that I was going to, and it didn't take that long. 30 levels don't stretch all that far. Quest mode should have had more than just time and life constraints to make it more challenging. A decent concept that was sadly just too short. Not bad though. Thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on the game down below, and if you can spare a second, give the review a quick thumbs up, it really helps out. Subscribe to the Portable Power Podcast for a new Game Boy review every day from Monday to Friday. Or alternately, new episodes of the podcast drop every Saturday and Sunday on whichever platform you get your pods. See you later on.